Welcome to the Living Big podcast, where we're all about embracing life to the fullest. Hey, I'm Marlie.
And I'm Kylie, and we're thrilled you're here. We explore how to pursue our passions, nurture meaningful connections, and inject some serious fun into our lives.
We're here to show you you're not alone.
And we want to do what we can to ease the stresses of everyday life and help you in your journey of living big. Welcome back to another episode of Living Big. We're so excited to be here with you today because today's topic is going to be so much fun.
So fun.
For us especially.
Yeah.
And hopefully for all of you. We're celebrating over 6 months of podcasting.
Wow.
Which I honestly can't believe.
Nope, not at all.
It's amazing to me. We were just barely talking about some of our very first episodes. And we were like, whoa, we've come a long way.
Yeah.
But they were also really great.
So great, so fun. It's been an awesome journey, and we'll just keep going.
Ooh, that was the one from Maddie Murphy's podcast, The Bad Broadcast, which if you guys don't listen to that, you guys got to listen to that.
Gotta listen to Maddie.
She recently did an episode on millennials, defending millennials, and she said we love to talk about our journey.
What is that what I said?
Yeah.
No.
You said you
caught it.
Such a fun journey, and I just realized I was like, we are so there's the millennial in us.
I've been called out so
our journey.
badly.
But I wrote it in here too, so it's not just you. I was about to say it as well.
I stole the thunder.
Yeah. No, I love it. We're just embracing us.
Love.
We thought it was time though that we check in on our journey, our podcasting journey.
Love that journey for you.
Love it. Mm-hmm. Love how it's going. But we are going to catch up in this episode, just kind of have a bestie chat, talk about the things that we've been working on in our personal lives, kind of the challenges that we've been facing recently, the lessons we've learned so far this year, and just chat.
Yeah.
It just felt like a chat evening. So let's catch up.
I'm down for a chat. I feel like we are good at having a topic and telling stories and, relating things to our lives.
And like looking up research and bringing in quotes.
And people, we bring on amazing guests. But I feel like we don't really open up about what's happening right now. We've been too excited. We're on the train.
Yeah.
And we just want to share what we're thinking, what everyone else is thinking.
We're starting to sprinkle that into more episodes, like especially at the beginning and the ends and things like that. But we were like, we should do a whole episode where we were talking on Marco Polo the other day, and sometimes we talk on Marco Polo like all day.
Yep.
Throughout all of the things we're doing.
Absolutely.
And we were like, that's kind of the reason we started this whole thing in the first place.
Yeah.
So maybe we should do that on the podcast because that feels very authentically us.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're just going to talk about ourselves a little bit.
So buckle up.
So before we get into that, we're going to share a review. This one comes from Whitney Hansen. Shout out. Woo-hoo. Love with lots of exclamation points. It is so fun and uplifting every episode. Thank you for all you do. Oh, so sweet. That's my cousin.
I literally just love every time I see someone comment on here, whether that's on YouTube or on a story or on Instagram or leave a review. I'm like, people are like listening even when I don't know they are. We see the numbers, but when you write something to us, it makes us feel like we're actually talking to real people.
Right.
Which we are. And you guys are listening. Thank you.
I know. It's almost bizarre to think. I remember when we were starting to post things and we'd kind of look at numbers and I'd be like, how many people are listening? She's like, like 50. What?
Who are they?
I know, because we listen and I make my husband listen, and I think maybe your husband has listened to one.
Yeah, if you add up all the like immediate people, right? All the 6 people you think love you.
6
in the whole world combined.
Right. We also overlap in some of those areas too.
Then it starts to get real surprising when the numbers are like beyond that.
We're like, wait, people actually listen to this?
And they like enjoy it?
They watch us on YouTube as well?
Yeah. We have quite a few views on YouTube, which I don't know why. I just have never been like a YouTube girly. So it amazes me that people watch me on YouTube. I'm like, oh my gosh. I mean, we're not Mr. Beast level yet, but...
Are we going to get there?
I mean, that would be awesome.
We're going to start offering Cybertrucks and millions of dollars. And
that would be so legit.
I mean, he's a party, so.
Yeah. No one can really ever reach Mr. Beast, but we like to watch what he does.
Right.
Learn from him.
Shoot for the stars a little bit.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, fun stuff for sure. Well, thank you. Huge, huge, huge thank you to Whitney for sending that sweet review in. And then for everyone else who has been listening and watching and interacting, it's been such a fun experience. So this was inspired because I am now at a point in my life to prioritize myself and work out.
You wrote this in here.
I wrote this.
Yeah, you looked at me like,
I know.
I put that, but I put your name next to it because you wrote it. And I was like, maybe she wants to say that because she wrote it.
Okay. Nope. I get this. Okay. Sometimes we just like jot our thoughts down. It's not like a fully formed thought.
I'm going to leave that in there. I'm not even taking it out. Sometimes I take things out. We rough edit these. I mean, let's just be real with you all right now. Like the process of our podcast, like we do all our own stuff.
We don't have an editor. We're not cool enough for that.
No. So we do all of it. And a lot of times I'll take like little things out if they're like super uber awkward.
Right.
Uber. It's not a word.
Super.
But occasionally I'm like, yeah, no, that's real. So we're just going to leave him in there.
A little behind the scenes there for you.
Sometimes I edit something out and it doesn't actually edit out, which we have found in a couple episodes. And we're like, oh, well. Whoops.
It'll still upload to the YouTube
Here you are.
Apple Podcasts. So it's really not even worth it.
No.
Oh, God. Oh, love that. Okay, so I remember where my brain was going when I wrote this down. That this was inspired. Okay. I've been having this conversation with Kylie and my husband this week that it's so funny because they're my people and they're the ones that I just kind of talk things through. I'm the type of person that loves to collaborate, I guess is the best way to describe it. I love to have a thought and then bounce it off to someone, to either Kylie or my husband. Have a thought, kind of bounce it off of them, and then they kind of give their thoughts. And that just like sparks another thought and it kind of like opens up. Oh my gosh, that is my...
Fuels the fire.
Ooh, it's like one of my favorite things in life. Anywho, so I had this thought that I've struggled becoming a very high achieving person throughout my life. Okay. I didn't have to work super hard in school to like do okay. I didn't really have to like push myself. I think I've said that in other episodes, but I've just not been a like, I'm going to do really hard things type of person. And we kind of talked about my journey there.
Don't be self-conscious. It's okay. Just own it.
Now I'm going to notice it.
Just
I'm
own
like,
it.
do I say it that much?
We do. We all do.
Oh no. And so I didn't, like I said, I didn't have to like push too hard in order to like do okay in life. Okay. Fast forward to now, where I am working a full-time job. I have 2 children. I have a husband, so I'm trying to keep that marriage thriving and fiery and all that fun stuff, you know? And I've got this fun podcast passion project that we're working on. I've just got a lot going on and I have to be able to prioritize and I have to be able to take care of myself and take care of everyone else and make sure the laundry gets done and do all these things, right? And it's kind of a lot. And I don't think I would have been able to do all of that at this point in my life without the experiences that I've had up until this point that have kind of pushed and stretched and grown me in ways to be able to actually do that. Okay. I would categorize myself as like a skirter. I would skirt by bare minimum of things, you know? And not to say that there's anything wrong with that, because I feel like if you want to live a high achieving life or whatnot, then you're absolutely allowed to do that. And if that's not for you, that's totally fine. I have found that is something that I want for myself, is I want to be this kind of person, or else I don't think I'd be doing this, to be honest.
Yeah, because it takes a lot of work.
Yeah. So one of the things I've mainly struggled with is like creating a habit to work out. Okay. And I kind of hit a moment, like a wall of compassion this week where I was like, wow, I think I'm finally at a place where I can actually do that and stick with it. And I don't know, maybe I'm not fully, but I'm trying, because I've been working on pushing myself in lots of other ways.
Yeah.
And I've really, really struggled with the whole working out thing forever because I just like have a hard time self-motivating. But I'm now kind of in a place where I'm able to do that a little bit better. I'm not perfect at it. I have worked out once this week, but I'm really proud of myself for doing it the one time.
Yeah.
But I just don't think I could have done it any earlier in my life, because when you hear like a motivational speaker or things like that, and they are like, you can change your whole life with a thought or whatever. Like, yes, that may be true. But if you're not at that point in your life where you are able to motivate yourself, if you're not able to prioritize your own physical and mental health, if you're not at a point where you're able to take that time for yourself, because time is valuable and it's hard to come by and just those different things, then it may not be possible in that time, and that's okay. Anywho, so that's kind of where this came from.
I like to think of it as like building blocks, right? It's not, sometimes there's the light switch moment where you turn the light on and all of a sudden it's like everything changed and it was super sudden. It went from a dark room to a bright room, right? And you're just forever going to be changed. But I think most often, like the really impactful, meaningful stuff, like has to be slowly built in us, piece by piece. So you do the first pieces and you work on those for however long it takes till it's like really ingrained and a part of you. It becomes your identity. And then at that point, you can add on to that. But without some of those missing pieces, if you just try to jump straight to the end game, it's probably not going to like be sustainable. It's not going to work out. It's not going to stay that way. So I thought that was an awesome thought when you shared it with me this week on Marco Polo. Just like everything in my life has been building me to this moment. And you were like, it's not just fitness. Like I'm prioritizing so many other things. Right. They're helping me overall with my life and becoming that high achiever that you want to be. Yeah. Like each step and each piece day by day is part of that. Yeah. So I think sometimes we have a goal, sometimes we want something, and then we're really, really bummed out at the end of the year when we're like, oh, I didn't get there. But how many pieces did you put into place to help you in the next year to get a little bit closer? Yeah. That's an awesome question to be thinking about, because it is life is a process. It's a journey. And it genuinely is. Yeah. Like it really is. It takes time. So I think you're awesome.
I love that. Oh, thank you. I love that. Just kind of mulling that over this week has been such a fun kind of thought. So wherever you're at in your journey, we're wishing you love.
We'll do like
peace, happiness.
We should do a reel for this one that just a journey count.
Yeah.
Journey.
Yeah.
Journey.
There you go. Yeah. So kind of doing a check-in on how we're doing. Yeah. How are you doing, Kai?
Pretty good. Kind of like, depends on the day.
Yeah.
I'm 7 weeks postpartum. 7.5. Yeah, 7.5. So almost 2 months postpartum. Oof. And, it's just like an absolute lie that we've been told that postpartum is like that 6-week period. It's not.
Absolutely trash, garbage, dumpster fire.
That's the first beginnings of like healing from birth, That's like maybe your cut heals up in 6 weeks, right?
Your inside wound is supposed to heal within 6 weeks. That's what it is.
Yeah, and
that,
and maybe if you got stitched, if you ripped or whatever. But I'm just like, it is. My tailbone is still maybe broken potentially. Oh, so I'm like, it's just the very beginning. And
I was just gonna say, if you didn't know, you can definitely break your tailbone when pushing out a baby. So heads up.
It's not like terribly common. Probably bruising it is more common. Breaking it isn't terribly common, but it's not uncommon either. But don't be scared. Like if you're pregnant and you're like really scared, it's fine. There's not a lot you can do for it. It just, your bum hurts.
Get a donut pillow.
As Coley follows me around all day, oh, mommy, your bum hurt? Oh. Your bum hurt? Like, oh my gosh. I feel so outed. Everywhere we go, I like try to get up. Your bum hurt? I'm like, yep. Okay, it's good.
Oh, girl.
So today, good. I'm doing pretty good, especially considering just like the day that it was. Yesterday was like an amazing day. Aww. We had moms over to swim at my parents' pool, and we had 11 kids, 5 women. It was so fun. We ate popsicles, Uncrustables, the whole shebang. My baby girl didn't cry once yesterday, which I can say is the first time ever that I've not heard her ever cry.
Oh, like the whole day?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Today it was T-Rex tantrums and tears all day. So, it's just day by day.
Yep.
But this week I do feel a lot better emotionally than last week.
That's good.
I feel like.
Yeah.
Just trying to bring some like realness into postpartum.
Yeah.
Like it takes time and it's okay to feel your feelings. It's okay to have days that are hard. And I've been really, really so blessed. My husband this time around has just been like so understanding. And he's like, you're not going to scare me. It's okay. Like if today's hard, that's okay.
Yeah.
And he's like, that doesn't mean it always will be. So you don't have to think that like you're going to get stuck there or whatever. But he's been giving me so much grace. And it's just been really awesome because there are days where I wake up and I'm like, for all intents and purposes, I should be great. And I feel not great. And this time around, I think I've been having more like postpartum anxiety than the previous time. I had touches of it last time, but this time it's a little bit more intense. And I just, I'm really grateful for a husband who's been helping me so much with that. And like talking to you on Marco Polo has been so helpful. And just, summer's good though. Yeah. Getting outside, getting some sunshine helps me.
Yep. Oh, so helpful. I was just thinking about how every pregnancy and delivery and postpartum situation is so different.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure you can relate to this, and people who had multiple children. Like, my experience after having Leo was so different compared to after having Mila.
Yeah.
I didn't really deal with postpartum depression or anxiety so much with Leo, which was kind of a blessing because we had to move really quickly and there was just a lot going on. Whereas this time with Mila, I had straight up rage for no reason. So if you're experiencing postpartum rage, it's the worst. And I see you because it's tough. It's really, really tough. Just like any sort of those postpartum thoughts in general. Yeah. I also dealt with postpartum anxiety, and I just had to like voice it and tell Eager and just be like, hey, this is what's going on in my head right now. Yeah. And then it wasn't completely gone, but it was like, okay, it no longer had power.
It's amazing what it does, like telling someone else, because for me, I'll have a seemingly random thought. And then all day my brain will just like loop on that, like fixate and just absolutely generate weirder and weirder things. and then I'm like, I'm screwed up. This is never going away. Like I'm going to chase everyone out of my life that cares about me because of this really weird thought. And it's usually like seriously the dumbest thing ever. Yeah. You tell someone and they're like, it's okay. That's not a real, no.
I think that
you don't need to worry about that.
I'm cutting this avocado over here, but somehow the knife is going to fly over and hit my baby or weird things like that.
Something random. I'm like, that makes me a bad person. The way my earrings are has nothing to do with the kind of person I am or like my hair or your wardrobe. There's so many things. Like it just starts to loop. My husband Hiram calls it snowballing. That's what he calls it when I do that.
Makes sense.
Like, are we snowballing? Is it helpful? I don't know. I've been doing it all day.
Woo. Things we get to deal with. Woo-hoo.
It's so worth it. It really is. And like you were saying, I think this is a really interesting point too. Like for me during pregnancy, I am emotionally a rock. I'm so steady. And that's not how it is for a lot of people. Usually for some people, pregnancy can be really, really an emotionally volatile time. Yeah. But for some reason for me, that postpartum part is where my emotions just like go crazy pants. So yeah, Hiram's like, we'll just keep you pregnant. Just kidding. Yeah. I don't want to do that either, but
I don't want to be pregnant for, 10 years straight.
Yeah. No.
Oof, that sounds awful. Yeah. No. Well, good. I'm glad today was a good day. Yeah. Even though all things considered. Yeah. Screaming T-Rex tantrums.
Marlie brought me a swig when she came here. And we went outside and we filmed a little reel. Yep. And it smelled like rain, like summer rain.
It really did. It was so
nice. Like warm, but just like smelled good. And I was just like, this is nice. It's still light outside. Yeah. So all things considered, it's a beautiful day.
I know. Yeah. I just needed a swig. Yeah. And I figured you could use one too. Why not? So
how are you doing, Mar?
Again, it depends on the day. And even like the moment in the day. Oh my goodness. I was like on fire today with work.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh my gosh. Such a good feeling. Oh, love that. I was just in the zone and I got so much done and I'm really excited for tomorrow so I can hopefully wrap some good things up there.
We're recording this on a Thursday, so it's almost the weekend.
Oh, bless.
So that's awesome. Like you only have one more day of work this week.
I know. And then
which
we're going
I'm not trying to stress you out, but if you can wrap it up, that will probably be such like
that's the plan.
Relief.
Yeah.
Going into the weekend.
Yeah, I'm really, really excited. I don't have to get it done until next week, but I really want to get it done before. Mm-hmm. Anywho, so that way I just don't have to worry about it because I don't want to worry about it anymore. Nope. So work was like going really good. And then I got Leo from daycare and I had both kids and was just playing with them outside. It is 100 degrees outside and it's also like about to rain. So it gets muggy. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. One of the worst feelings is when the shade is not even
cool.
No, it's not even
which usually
doable.
In a desert.
Yeah.
The shade's cooler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not today. Anywho, there's just this moment where people are just, all of them are talking at me at the same time. Leo's just yelling at me, why? He's in his why phase, right? And it really depends on the moment if I can handle it or not.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Because I will have answered it.
Yeah.
And I'll just be like, I just told you. And he's like, why? And I'm like,
there's a difference between like, there's a fine line between being patient and then just getting overstimulated. Yep. It's like, I've been patient up till this point and now I'm done.
Yep.
All done.
So there's a moment before I came here and I was like, I told my husband very straight up to his face and I was like, I need to leave you all right now. I am done. We're keeping it real here, friends.
That's the purpose of this episode, right? Get to know us, and this is the real Marlie and Kylie.
Here's
today.
the thing. We're very happy, kind people. We love our families and our kids, right? And sometimes it's just tough. Sometimes it's just hard, and you just have to learn how to cope with the way that you handle those situations, you know, where you're overstimulated, you're tired, you've worked your brain to death, and then you're like, oh yeah, now I have a toddler that's going to ask me the most bizarre questions, and I don't have any brain power left to give him. Mm-hmm. So yeah, no, I would say overall doing better than I have within the last week or two. The last couple of weeks have been really, really tough.
Yeah.
Just startup life and entrepreneur life is really, really hard.
Yeah.
And working full time.
And young family life.
Yeah.
And all of it combined.
All of it. Yeah. Working full time with my kids and just lots of things going on all at the same time. It just kind of like was creating this whirlwind for me where I just felt like I was forgotten, I guess, for a little bit there.
Or forgetting yourself sometimes. I
feel like
I
just didn't have time.
Yeah.
Didn't have time for me. Mm-hmm. So that's why I was like, I need to work out.
And then anytime you do have time, you're like, do I want to like put all the effort and more energy into like getting that activity together for myself that I know will make me happy, but I have to spend the energy.
You said that this week and I really appreciated that.
Yeah.
Because I hadn't thought of that. Like, is this actually not helpful because I'm putting so much energy into this thing?
Yeah.
And it's going to just suck me even more dry.
Sometimes it is. Mm-hmm. Sometimes that's what you need to like get yourself out of that. Yeah. But sometimes I've just noticed, at least like for me right now, I'm like putting so much pressure on being able to do the fun thing. Maybe it's taking the fun out of the fun thing because I'm maybe just too tired and just need to rest in a different way.
Yeah.
You know?
So have a couple of options is kind of what I'm learning.
Yeah.
So have a book, have a show, have a, what I did last night that was really nice is I was embroidering a super secret thing.
By the time this episode comes out.
Will it be there?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm embroidering the bucket hat. That's in the giveaway that we probably already did.
If not, then well,
surprise. Anywho, so I wanted to finish a book because I was very close to the end of it, and so I just popped in my little AirPods. I listened to my my book that I finished. It is the third book in the To All the Boys I Loved Before series. Very, very cheesy high school drama romance. Okay.
I haven't read those.
They are the cheesiest. they were included on Audible when I was, and I think up until now, I don't know if they still are by the time this airs, but they were included on Audible.
Oh, I need to get them then.
And so I listened to The Summer I Turned Pretty and To All the Boys I've Loved Before this month.
How do you feel like they compare? The Summer I Turned Pretty and To All the Boys I've Loved Before? Because I've read The Summer I Turned Pretty and I ate them up.
Yeah.
Like all of them in 3 days. Just munched them.
I'd say they're pretty comparable.
Okay, so I got to read them.
They're the same. It's the same author for both. And you can watch all of them on Netflix. There's 3 movies, 1 per book.
Ooh, so movies. It's not a series.
Nope, it's movies. Yep.
Okay.
Whereas Summer I Turned Pretty, the 3rd book is not out in the 3rd season yet. They have not released it. So if you haven't read it and you want to know what happens, go read the 3rd book because then you'll find out who she ends up with.
Yeah.
For Summer Turned Pretty. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see what they do with the show because they've already like kind of changed some things
I know.
from the book.
Yeah.
Elements.
Ooh.
And then here's the other thing. If none of the hobbies are sounding good that normally sound good to you, it's okay to take a nap.
Yeah. Oh, I actually am pretty good at taking naps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes for me, when I'm like, I want to do something for myself, but it sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just do it anyways. But sometimes I'm like, I'm just going to close my eyes for a little bit. And then I wake up and I'm like, I feel good. I feel better. So we're good. Reset.
Just needed a little sleep. Like the other day, I got like, I don't know, maybe a 15-20 minute nap. And I was like, that was pretty decent. That's all I needed, really. Sometimes I really need a nap. Like Sundays, I need naps on Sundays.
I just think that we all never really should have stopped taking naps like we did when we were toddlers.
Yeah.
But life.
I know. Why aren't siestas a thing here in the States?
Don't know.
I'd love it.
Yum.
Unbreakable, blended with sparkling water.
It's the best. Mm-hmm. It's actually funny because we wrote in this some of the things that we're loving and hating, and I was like, I'm going to write some down because I'm not going to be able to think on the spot.
Yeah.
And one of my things that I'm not loving is that Swig is so expensive because I want one every single day. And then Marlie showed up on my door with one. So
yay.
It's back to an I love.
Well, it's better when someone gifts it to you.
Yes.
And I just need a little treat. So.
Yeah. And specifically the refreshers. Mm-hmm. I am obsessed with the sparkling refreshers that have fruit in them. So good.
So good.
The Unbreakable has grapefruit in it. It slaps.
Yeah, it's so good. They
so
came
fresh.
out with that one just I think like 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And never looked back. Oh my gosh, that one's one of the best drinks ever.
I introduced it to my dad recently. So my dad just had a heart attack like 2 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. I don't know actually what the timeline, but very recently had a heart attack. And he can't really drink as much soda anymore and caffeine and sodium and all the things. And so I got him a sparkling Unbreakable. Actually, I got this for him right before he had the heart attack, and he was surprised how much he liked it. And so now that he can't have soda, I got him another one in the hospital when he had his heart attack, and he was like, I was just like, all I needed was like some grapefruit, in my drink. So
it's so good.
It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Yep. All right. What are the things we're working on? I was just saying that I'm working on my like embroidery thing.
Yeah.
We wanted to do something fun and special for our giveaway, and so we're embroidering stuff. Do we know what we're doing? Absolutely not.
No,
but we're winging it and make it happen.
I have spent so many hours. I don't think did I post the end results on Living Big? I don't know if I did.
I don't think you did the end results of Cole's shirt.
Yeah. And Augie's. I'll post them because I know I have been posting about embroidery here and there on the stories. Mm-hmm. But I was working on my magnum opus, as my husband called it.
It's beautiful.
I have a shirt from Brooklyn Swenson. She's an artist. She's so cute. And I love, love, love the flag on my shirt. And I was like, ooh, I should make an embroidered version of this for Coley. I'm not selling it or anything. Mm-mm. So, it's just for my little daughter. Wanted her to match me. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to hand draw these flowers on here and I'm going to just embroider them. It's going to be so easy.
You hand drew them?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, why did I think you had bought like a pattern?
No.
Whoa.
No, I just was like, I don't know what I'm doing. People are like, how did you learn? I'm like,
TikTok.
I don't learn. I just did it. That's how you learn, right?
Yeah.
And things are getting better and better. My Augie sweater that I made is like kind of very meh. But then this one is really, really good because I spent probably 30 plus hours on it, like a lot of hours. But yeah, I hand drew all the flowers and then I just researched and thought about which kind of stitch I was going to do and like how it was going to work for so many hours. And every time I would start a new section of it, I was like terrified and just went for it.
Yeah.
And it's really awesome. Anyway, I made 4th of July shirts for both my kids and they were super fun. Why are we're just talking about embroidery.
What are you working on? What are you learning?
Oh, and then after I did that, I have not picked up my embroidery since because it was like down to the hours before 4th of July. I was like, I have like a month. This is going to be great. I was doing it every night. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to finish. My husband every day, he's like, let me see your progress. He's like, 3 flowers, huh? I'm like, yeah. It's so hard.
Oh, God.
But I've gotten a lot better. So at that stitch, the 3 stitches I did on it. So now I've got to continue the journey into other realms.
Yeah, last night I did 2 flowers on my bucket hat.
Good.
For an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And I finished my book.
Yeah. It takes a while.
It takes so much time.
I have these like really big ideas about what I can do with embroidery, and I am just absolutely fooling myself.
Yeah.
But I'm going to do them anyway. I saw this cutest ever, so cute, at Pottery Barn for kids, a duvet that has all these princesses embroidered on it, and I was like, I think
I've seen that.
to embroider that for my girl because it'll be so much cheaper if I do it myself. Yeah, and it's also going to take me 10 years.
Yeah.
So she's going to get it when she's like 15.
Worth
Every
it.
waking moment, especially if I hand embroider, you know what I mean?
Well, if you're doing that where you're like filling in all the different colors.
Yeah, it has like sparkles throughout. So sorry. It has like sparkles throughout and all kinds of things. And it's all the different princesses.
Oh, yeah.
It's intense.
Ooh, that does sound very intense.
Maybe someday.
Yeah, one day.
I just think of back in the day for members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Remember when we had personal progress and we had to do like big projects?
Oh my gosh.
Do you remember
of
that?
course, but
To
I'm
earn
like,
our
wow.
medallion?
Yes.
So for some reason in my head, I keep being like, that's my personal project, my personal progress project.
Yes.
Like, that's not a thing anymore.
No.
But it's still like ingrained in me. So I like lived and breathed that. I wanted to finish it like really quickly. And yeah.
What was your like final project that you did?
I went through all of my mom's handwritten recipes and digitized them and made books.
Okay, that's really cool though.
It was awesome, but it was a project.
That's amazing.
Back then, I should have just like scanned them at least. No, I like, ding, 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 ding. I got really good at typing.
And now we have a dictation where you can just like
Yeah.
talk into the.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Oh, it would be so easy now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no.
Yeah, I guess,
took
yeah,
the
you
long
could just
route.
scan it and you could have
Well, and now
pictures
not
and
only
things.
that, I mean, like, it's awesome to have home recipes,
Yeah.
obviously.
Mhm.
But now I'm like, anytime I want a recipe, I just like TikTok that.
Literally every recipe under the sun is online.
Yeah. Or just Google best waffle,
Yeah.
and it just
I
pick
know.
which one I think looks good. I'm like, ooh, I want the one with butter extra. And then I pick that.
Having a physical cookbook is more a decoration than anything.
Yeah.
Do you open your Magnolia ones?
No.
Nope. Same.
No.
I have one Magnolia one and
I would open Joshua Weissman's cookbook.
See, but you can just watch his YouTube videos.
True.
And
But
you
I
get all
don't
the
know if
steps.
all of them are in.
Mm.
Like, I think he keeps some, like, for his cookbook.
Oh,
Plus, I just feel like it'd be fun in your kitchen.
That's
you know?
true.
So
Yeah.
I do have some
Cookbooks are
physical
pretty.
cookbooks. They're pretty. But I never open my Magnolia ones. Yeah. I just look them up.
yeah.
And even Joshua Weissman, which, if you don't know who that is, since this is just a catch-up chat, we're
I
just going
know.
all kinds of random.
Yeah.
He is an amazing, amazing chef, and his videos are chef's kiss. So funny.
Yeah.
So good. His B-roll, B-rolls all the B-rolls out there.
That's awesome.
So good.
Yeah, he's fun. He's got amazing everything. Let's
Yeah.
see.
For me, the main thing I'm working on right now, going back to what we were talking about, is I'm breastfeeding.
Yeah.
And that, you forget how much time a newborn takes up.
Mm.
Like, I had my toddler and we kind of had gotten into this rhythm. And even though I was working full time and she was home with me full time while I was working full time, I was like, yeah, like, we're like, this is like doable.
Yeah.
Right. And then all of a sudden you get a newborn and you're like,
Oh.
how was I like fitting things into like my schedule?
Yeah.
So I'm working on breastfeeding and it's going really well.
Yeah.
And I'm working on my physical health and my mental health and taking care of my kids and trying to be patient because that transition is crazy.
Yeah.
1 to 2. It's big. It's a big thing.
I
Big
mean,
life event.
Yeah, it totally is. The next question is what's hard?
Everything.
I know.
What isn't hard?
What isn't hard?
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Just life has beautiful things. It does. But it's also, it can be tough.
Yeah.
And we've said this before on the podcast, but there's seasons, right? And there's seasons of like really high highs and sometimes things are mixed. And then there's seasons where it's really, really hard.
Yeah.
I feel like right now for me, like I'm very much in the mixed part where it's really good and it's also really hard. And like we're just going through it. But my husband's been a rock and really awesome and pulling through for me. And I'm trying to do that for him and be the team and just taking it day by day. I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about for you?
Yeah, same. Same. Just the like helping. So our husbands are like starting a band, a gig together, and it's been really fun to see them do this. And
it's not actually a band.
No.
I just have to say that. Just in case anyone thinks like Hiram's on drums and Eager's on guitar.
I would love to see Eager try and perform. Ooh. He would kill me.
Hiram would
he's
also.
probably, if and when he listens to this, I apologize. I'm sorry for that one, babe.
We love you both.
Ugh, yeah. No, so they're starting their own firm, I guess, like a consulting firm. And the way that it started was kind of rough and stress-filled and just so much has been happening.
Spontaneous, kind of.
Yeah. Work-wise for them has been really, really difficult and stressful. And so as, at least in our home, as Eager has been launching that and working insane hours, things like that, it just means that my workload is shot through the roof. And it's so funny because I'm like, oh, I didn't ever really like think of myself as a high achieving person. And God is like, whoop, here you go. You He's want like, it? You got it.
Ask, I will deliver.
I will say, personally, when I ask for something like that and I'm like, this is my goal, God's like, granted, you got it.
Make it happen.
Pretty much every single time. And there's always moments when I regret it.
I take it all back.
Yeah.
Please remove this.
Yeah. So I am just learning how to be okay with things not being perfectly balanced. Learning to be okay with grinding so hard on all ends, like my husband's working super hard. I'm working really hard. My kids are doing a lot. Like right now we're in like grind sacrifice mode. We're just making things happen so that way, hopefully sometime in the near future, our lives are a little bit different and we're just in a more financially stable place.
I do know that like everything ends.
Yeah.
And so it's good to not get fully wrapped up in it's so hard right now, so like this is how it's going to be forever, because our brains want to go there,
right?
Like it's just like,
yep,
okay, like.
Well, I like had a meltdown the other day because I was like, I need a deadline, Eager. Like, you got to tell me, man. How long are we gonna be doing this?
How long are you gonna be doing this like this?
Right, this like this, because right now this is insane, and honestly,
it's not sustainable.
No, it's not sustainable, and I'm not gonna say even it's insane, because it's really kind of cool everything that's happening. Anyway,
but it's a lot.
But it's a lot for me. I've never done this much.
Yeah.
Anywho, so it's been really hard, and it's actually so funny that we're having this whole episode because I'm like, wow, this has been a tough last couple of months kind of thing where we're at. So I'm like, yeah, this is kind of poignant to do like a little check-in and see what's hard for us, what's pushing us, what's growing us,
Yeah, it's really interesting to me because I feel like we were doing so much all year so far. But then I do feel like in the last two months, like it's kind of all culminated and we've been thrust into a lot. I was telling my husband today, I'm like, I feel like it's the season of let's open as many doors as we possibly can to see which one we're supposed to like go through.
Yeah.
And so we're just like rapidly like trying to do all of that while major life events are also unfolding around us. And it's been awesome to have you and Marco Polo you and things like that, because we get our like, Tuesday therapy sessions via Marco Polo, and like trying to raise each other up and help each other, because even though some of the experiences that we're going through are similar, there's also a lot of other things in our lives that we're both going through that are very different. And it's been honestly really nice to have you and like work through a lot of the things I'm going through, and like listen to the things you're going through and try to be there for you through it. And
same. It's been one of the sustaining pieces throughout all of this, is to just be like, well, at least I have a friend who just listens, is just there to like bounce ideas off and talk with. Like you're like, I'm sorry about the unsolicited advice, but I really needed that. I really, really did. So it's been so good.
Life's been a bit of a soap opera lately.
Yeah.
Which soap operas have really awesome moments and really hard moments and really in between moments.
Yes.
So I'm like, it's like no one's come back from the dead yet. Hopefully, Nana, if you're watching this. Sorry, guys.
Dark humor is the best humor.
Yeah, if you listen to last week's episode, then you'll get that. If not, then it's okay. Just don't worry about it.
Right.
But yeah, it's been crazy.
Yeah.
But good. And I really feel like being stretched. And I genuinely think we are going to look back at this time and be like, that was so cool. And that was so pivotal. And we endured so many things to be able to get to the point that we want to. Right. Not to say that everything's going to be just like daisies from here on out. But this is, like you said, more of a time of sacrifice and like really pushing and like
it's a hard season.
Down.
Yeah. I 100% agree with that. I've had similar feelings where I feel like sometimes we're kind of at the edge of a cliff and we're not sure what's going to happen when we get to the bottom of it. And if we stay on top, we're fine. We're going to be okay.
But we got to jump off.
But we have to jump off.
It's going to be rocks down there. It's going to be a nice cushy boat.
Exactly.
It's going to be water.
Yeah. And I just feel like there's like one of two directions we could go, and that's it. In my brain for some reason. That's what I've been feeling. So anywho, it's been a lot of work. It's been tough, but it's been good at the same time. Like last night, it was so fun. I don't even know why. I was like trying to show Leo like a video of a tractor or something like that, and I got stuck on my feed on Instagram. And Mila, my youngest, is a year this week. It's so crazy. Anywho, so I went through and I showed Leo all the videos from last year. Oh, and he was like eating it up. It was the cutest thing. He and I just sat on the couch and cuddled, and he just kept being like, that's me, that's Mila, that's you. It was so cute. Oh my gosh. So just like being able to experience those little moments to help again kind of sustain you through the tough times. Like you I feel like those moments are happening more than I think they are.
Yeah.
I just need to look for them more. I need to be in the habit of seeing them a little more.
Yeah.
Because they're there. I just sometimes am too tired to see them.
Well, I think it's just really easy to get caught up in like the busyness and the difficulty and the like efforts you're making. But it really is like a good reminder to slow down, like breathe it in and like take the moments for what they are.
Yeah.
Even if it's just a brief 5 minutes of like magic.
Yeah.
Versus a 8-hour stressful day.
Yeah.
It's like, it's still magical though.
It really was. Oh, it was
so cute.
It was so cute.
Okay, I want to ask you, what are some things that you are loving right now?
Ooh, okay. Couple things. I am really enjoying embroidery and listening to audiobooks. It's fun. It's just something to like, just turn off my brain. Oh my gosh, I love it. I have started the 3rd book in the Throne of Glass series, and that's been really fun. I haven't had as much time to sit down and read because life is crazy. And a lot of times when I embroider is because we're like sitting down to watch something for like 30 minutes to an hour max kind of thing, because about how much time we have together before it's time to go sleep. But another thing I've really been loving is a show on Amazon Prime called My Lady Jane. Apparently it's a book. But I've just been watching the show, and it is so fun. If Throne of Glass and Akatar and all that is your jam, My Lady Jane is your jam too. Okay,
I need to watch it because I'm having the hardest time getting into shows right now. So I needed a good show rec.
So it kind of feels like a little like mock parody situation of Bridgerton almost. It's not in the same time period, but there's also like magic.
Similar vibes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's also like a lot of 70s rock in it, and it's so fun. So
that's so fun.
Yeah. Parental warnings on certain things. Specifically just like language is a thing in there, but it's hilarious and fun and exactly what I needed. It is my kind of show that I just was needing. So thank you, Kennedy, for suggesting that.
I tried to rewatch New Girl, but I was like, I already watched it and I was remembering too much. But I was looking for something like that, you know, that's just like kind of like.
Then yes, My Lady Jane will be right there.
Goofy and like, Okay, cool.
It's fun.
I like that.
It's enemies to lovers.
Ooh, love that trope.
Yep.
Yeah. One of the best tropes.
I know, it really is. I'm a sucker
for really any romantic trope.
But we're also obsessed. We're so obsessed with the second Akatar book.
Yeah.
I don't want to give spoilers, but the second Akatar. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Whew.
Love that.
So good.
The other trope I super, super love is pretending to be in a relationship for whatever reason, and then they fall in love. Obviously, every single time.
Yes.
Obviously. Because they're pretending to be in love with each other.
So
they develop those feelings. I love that one.
What is the Abby Jimenez we just read?
I just read Just for the Summer.
No, it's the one before that.
Part of Your World series.
That's the first one.
There's three of them. Part of Your World.
Oh my gosh.
Something in the Middle.
I bought it for a birthday party.
First.
Just
yours truly.
Thank you.
Okay. That's my favorite romance book right now.
Yeah.
Because of that trope.
So if you like that trope.
She wrote it amazingly. We love Abby Jimenez so much.
Oh, so much. Yeah.
But I'm also having a hard time reading right now. I think it's just normally I'm like just like loving books, just reading up a storm. But I think part of it is I don't have a ton of time. And then when I'm breastfeeding, I don't know. It's just different. I don't have like hands.
Yeah.
And then for some reason right now, audiobooks just are not like hitting. Maybe it's just the readers. Maybe I need a really good reader to read me a book or something, because right now I'm like, oh, this is annoying.
That does make a difference, I will say. Some of the best audiobook versions I've had amazing readers. Like, they're incredible.
Anne of Green Gables, the first one, such a good audiobook.
Rachel McAdams.
So good.
If you're a fan of Regina George, she reads it.
So good.
Also, she's actually Canadian, so I kind of like that.
Yeah, highly recommend. I love reading that one too, but like the audio version is so fun. I wish she did all of them. Yeah. Because then I tried to read the other one, listen to the other ones, and I was like, can't do it. Can't do it.
A Man Called Uva. I loved that one because it was audio narrated. Read by. Whoa.
It's okay.
Brain power is on reserve mode at the moment. But J.K. Simmons, he is J. Jonah Jameson from Spider-Man. He's got the most I love he's that. So good. Anywho, so he reads this book as like a grouchy old man, and it's so good.
I read that one, so I maybe need to listen to that.
The audio version is so fun. Meryl Streep did one recently. I have to go find that one. Also, if you are fans of Bridgerton, I just listened to the author said the coolest story about it, but she said that she wrote a song about champagne problems by Taylor Swift, and she wrote a whole book about it.
Wow.
And it was really good. And then she had the girl who plays Eloise, I can't remember her name. Anywho, girl who plays Eloise from Bridgerton, she does the narration. Claudia Jessie, there we go. The Rebound by Lance Slade, and it's about champagne problems, the song made into a book, and it was cute, romance, fun.
Ooh, I love that.
I enjoyed. Yep.
Yeah, maybe I need to get into some of those more fun ones.
She's got such a fun kind of raspy voice. I love it.
I love that.
Yeah.
Some things I'm loving right now are my Muji squish pillow.
What?
It's just this yellow pillow that I got from a store called Muji. And I love it. It's like yay big. It's like can fit inside my arms basically. I got it to breastfeed and sit on and all the things after I had baby. and I sleep with it and I
Aw.
bring it with me everywhere, and it's so comfortable and it's breathable and it's cool, and it's my best friend right now, and it's yellow.
That's
Did
awesome.
I mention that? It's so happy. I love that pillow. So
You're gonna have to
Muji.
show us a picture.
I will. I'll put a link on because I genuinely have been sending it to multiple people who I know are pregnant right now and their tailbones are hurting and stuff. And I'm like, it's not a donut pillow or anything, but I just love it. It's so good. so good. So I love that.
That's awesome.
I'm able to swim now, so I finally feel like it's summer.
Oh, yes.
Because those 6 weeks during the summer where my husband didn't have a job and was taking my baby swimming every day, and me and Augie were just there in the 105-degree heat, I was like, I want to get in that water so bad. Yeah. So I can swim now. That is so happy. I love that. I got my husband a paddleboard with the help of my parents for his birthday, and we've taken that out 3 times in 1 week.
Oh, wow.
Wait, has he taken it out 4? 3 times in 1 week. And it's so fun. I love that. It's like the best. I love kayaking and stuff too, but paddleboarding, it's just like is really calm and not too strenuous. You can like take a nap on it if you want to. It's like comfortable. But they did basically drain Tipple Fork to a pond mid-July. Yeah, we were there 1 week ago.
Why?
And it was beautiful. I don't know if they use it for irrigation water. I don't know. But
Bizarre.
it's very early in the year for them to do this.
Yeah.
So that was tragic because we trudged through. We went on a date last night. We were so excited because we haven't been able to go on a date in weeks. We go on a date to take the paddleboard out, and we're so excited to just go on it, the 2 of us, and like not have one person watching all the kids, you know. And we get there and it's muddy and literally a puddle. And we were like,
oh,
okay. It's still fun, but paddleboarding, I'm loving that. Big graphic t-shirts.
Oh, yeah.
Very in right now. I'm not loving like my wardrobe because like things don't fit right now. But big graphic t-shirts are in. It is the time for bold, colorful, crazy art, and I love that because I'm a colorful person.
And it's so comfortable.
So comfy.
So comfy. I wear this at home like a nightgown a lot of times.
It's so I literally wore my Get Your Pink Back big graphic t-shirt over a swimsuit yesterday to Costco. So it just looked like I was naked, but
that's the style.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to look back and cringe really hard, but I don't care because
I'm like, you know what, I already don't care. I'm like, it's great.
It is the comfiest.
Yeah.
That's what matters.
Let's see, other things we're loving. Meat sticks. My yogurt snack I eat every night. It's so good. Greek yogurt, raspberries, chocolate chips, like semi-sweet or dark chocolate chips, coconut flakes, unsweetened coconut flakes, almond slivers, and yeah, it's delicious.
Sounds so good.
So good.
Yeah. Well, this has been an interesting episode, to say the least.
I'm sorry if that was just like a vent sesh in your ear.
Yeah.
But hopefully it helped you like think about some of the things that are going on in your life too. And just like, we just want this to feel like besties chat. And this is how we would Marco Polo with all of you.
Yeah. Here's the thing is, if we are all just talking about how we're really doing, then we can actually help each other, right?
Yeah.
We can actually be there for each other. And maybe there's like literally nothing you can do, but some of the things for me that have been the most helpful from you, Kai, specifically via Marco Polo, is literally just sitting there listening to me. You just validate and are just like, you're doing a great job. Oh my gosh. Whew. So I'm passing that on, that you all are doing an amazing job.
Yeah.
That even though life is hard, sometimes, moment to moment even, that you're incredible, that you are a beautiful, good, kind human, that your children, if you have them, love you and are in awe of the things that you do because you create their little world, right? Oh, that is one of the most tender, sweet things. I love that. Anywho.
Yeah, you're enough. We love you. We see you even if we don't know you.
Right.
Just know you are seen. You are making an impact on the people around you. And most importantly, we hope that you are learning and growing in yourself.
Yeah. Amen to that.
We love you guys. Thanks for this bestie chat.
Yep. Have a great week. Bye.
Thanks for joining us this week on the Living Big podcast. You can find us wherever you listen to podcasts.
Join us on Instagram and TikTok for all the things, from relatable mom memes to fun girls' night ideas with your besties.
See you next week.